What's happening, VeVe gang, and welcome to another episode of the VeVe Show, where Chad from NFT Pirates, Dozer aka The Comic Way, and I interview the greatest minds from this community. So if that sounds like your thing, hit subscribe because today we're interviewing the lovely Non-Fungible Wonderful.
All right, what is up, everybody? Man, I am so like hyped about that drop. I can't believe I got a Superman. But dude, the floor right now is 90 gems to buy it in the aftermarket. Like, what's happening? I thought this was going to be the new Todd.
Oh, it's paper hands, bro. We got some bargains out here to score.
Yeah, quick flippers, man.
Yeah. These bloody VeVe flippers, hey, they're all dickheads.
And James, you actually, man, you predicted the 8888, man. You said that yesterday. We thought it was going to be 7,500, but you hit that bang on.
Yeah, man. I was like, man, VeVe's right in their symmetry these days, and I was just trying to keep it relative to the last standalone collectibles, and also. I was like, okay, it's going to be relative to Todd Mack, like what you said. And I'm like, okay, well, you know, with the time, I'm thinking plus 1,000 on symmetry. And I was like, yeah, well, it was just basically luck, bro. Like my whole life was leading up to this point. And I just go down, I go downhill from now.
Dude, James is he's a secret comic expert now, man. He's just holding out on us, dude.
Yeah,
exactly.
Bro. Yeah, I'm just absorbing all the information from Dozer, and then we'll get rid of him.
Hey, that $90 floor though, dude. That's temporary. That's temporary stuff right there, though, dude.
Oh,
I mean, McFarlane. If you think about it, the McFarlane was sitting in our shop for $80 for the longest time. Nobody was buying them. It's kind of in that same realm right now. I mean, once people start buying them up and holding them, it's gonna slowly go up. There's no way in hell. This one's gonna stay in the same price range it's at right now.
Yeah, especially when San Diego Comic-Con comes around, bro. Like everyone's gonna want that Superman.
Yeah, for sure.
And it's an uncommon. It's got, only just over 1,300 editions more than Todd, but it completes a set on its own. Like there's so many amazing things, and its rival is Batman. So to think that people haven't calculated what Todd's floor price is of like 330 gems and at least try to get closer. Like I thought the floor would have been 250 gems. I did not expect to see things for 90.
Yeah.
That's temporary, man. I guarantee you somebody will buy it for 90 today, and it will be 150 next week.
Yeah.
It's the only male standalone. I don't know if that really counts for anything. Probably not. But, I mean, it's something else to acknowledge there too, you know?
Well, yeah, just Starfire and Barter. They're the only ones that have that. So, I mean, the fact that... I mean, like, Todd's a common, this one's an uncommon. Todd, you need Rizzo, which is impossible for most people to attain. And this one, you just need to buy it on its own to get the set.
Yeah, word.
You want to give us a quick collectible review while we're on the podcast, Chad?
Yeah, for sure, man. I think what I'm going to be doing today is I'm actually going to be saying, is Superman the new Todd? Because it pretty much has all the different, things that Todd has in terms of like the value of it. And yet it's going for like 1/4 of the price right now. So, I mean, that's the one thing to me that's extremely surprising. And like, you said, Dozer, over time, it is going to pick up. But there's actually been a few people that have already talked about a misprint or an error in the right arm. If you look like underneath the shoulder pad, there's like a little line that you could see and it's hollow throughout. And then Cryptomaniac actually did a review of it as well. And he said that there's supposed to be a Superman badge on the back of the cape if you look at the physical collectible. So those are a few like interesting things that, would maybe affect the value of it. And man, I don't know if you guys have put this thing into AR yet, but it's definitely probably my favorite so far in terms of how amazing it looks. Like it just looks
100%. It looks better than the Todd. I mean, I think it's got that going for it. It's the nicest model so far, man. It's as nice as the Batman Who Laughs, but with acceptable mint numbers.
Yeah, and Batman Who Laughs went for 23 gems last night. What?
Yeah, that thing is gonna keep tanking, man. That's the new DeLorean.
They doing that.
Batman the DeLorean version.
It's like half price, bro. It's like 50%.
Shout out to Ultra VeVe, by the way, while we're on this
Yeah.
topic. He covers faults on the collectibles, and you can just see the separation in the arm here. He just sent me through this. They're going to touch this up, but it's like something to sort of point out. There we go. He asked me if I could shout it out in the podcast or whatever, so I thought I'd just quickly do that.
Perfect.
Dude, Chad's like a detective, man. He finds anything wrong with these models, man. Like that last Tony the Tiger was awesome. I like that one.
Man, it's because I got so many good people like reaching out to me and like letting me know about this stuff. Like that came from ECOMI homies, and he was the one who was like, "Look at the shadow." And I didn't know what he meant at first. I was like, "What are you talking about, the shadow?" And then I looked down and I was like, "Uh-oh." I was like,
Yeah, that
the shadow looks
different.
like something else, dude.
yeah.
It's like his tail, but it looks like something else.
Man, I missed the opportunity with my video where I had like the horror film. I was gonna like have it where I wake up and have his balls on my face.
Yeah, that was funny, man. And that actually moved up in price for a few days. It was like at 45 gems, and now I think it's around the same. It's retail right now, the floor for Fat Tony.
Yeah, I mean, to be fair, like who honestly knows who this collectible is really? Like it's a niche inside of a niche. It will go up in value, but I can definitely see why it's like that right now. As for the Superman, people have paper hands, man. They're selling these Supermans way too cheap. And like by October, is that when Comic-Con is? I think it's October.
No, October's in June or July. But I mean, this year it's gonna be a little different because of COVID. Well, I mean, it's not even COVID, but I don't think they have enough time to plan with like a week of opening San Diego.
You got any music coming up, Wonderfull?
Yeah, I have some music I'm about to drop soon. I did do like something different this week. I did like the song called Believe It. Just put the Superman cover, but it wasn't really Superman themed, but it was definitely something that you could bump, you know what I mean, to feel like Superman, you feel me?
Yeah, bro, yeah.
Yeah.
Hey, dude, is Wonderfull the one that came out with I Love NFTs?
Yeah.
Yeah, I got NFTs.
Oh my god, dude, I love that song.
Hey, thank you, bro. Thank you. Hey, that's lit. That's lit.
Yeah, I love that song.
I appreciate it,
bro. And you've got a lot of views. Like I was on your Spotify last night just checking you out, and I was like, man, this guy has like 180,000 plays of some of your songs.
Yeah.
And this is just like one of many, bro.
Yeah, I know. It's like my music, it was really going up a lot. Like a lot of people like are rocking with Pineapple Gang just in like different countries and like on Spotify. And I've been doing like Pineapple Gang since like 2016. So I had like distribution deals and stuff. So, you know, right now I have a family now, I have a little baby. So I'm kind of shifting my focus. And when I found ECOMI, it just really made me go in a whole different direction for real.
Yeah, bro. So what's the story behind Pineapple Gang, bro? Like, since I'm out of the loop.
Yeah, so Pineapple Gang, it was like, you know, I was kind of trying to make, you know, new music and that was innovative, you know what I mean? Because I've been making music since I was like in high school, even before that, like when I was in middle school. And I wanted to make a sound that a lot of people didn't hear. And at the time I made it in 2016, I made it called Tropical Trap. So it was like all like Caribbean steel drums. It was like African drums in it. And I had made this whole tape called Pineapple Juice. And when I made that tape, like I was in college at Seton Hall University, and everybody was just like, oh, Pineapple Juice. Like they started listening to it. And that was like my first album. So I was like surprised, like a lot of people were listening. So I started carrying around like pineapple Fantas every day. And then people was like, oh, bro, you need to stop drinking soda every day. Stop drinking pineapple Fanta. I was like, all right, bet. So I'm gonna start carrying around some pineapple juice. So then I started carrying around some pineapple juice. And I started doing some shows. And then we started bringing the pineapples to the shows. Like on YouTube, if you look, I'll have like pineapples at shows. We be smashing them. We be smashing, destroying the venue. Like people be getting pissed. Like people, there's people that tried to fight me after my shows because I'll smash the pineapples like everywhere. They couldn't even perform. So it was like Pineapple Game really started evolving, and it was off that tropical sound. And my family, they from the islands, from like St. Kitts. So when I went out there, it really inspired me to like really get back in my tropical roots and like my family history. So like, yeah, Pineapple Gang has a lot of different stories surrounding it. And it's like, it's been a movement that's been growing. And I feel like I'm gonna be with Pineapple Gang for life. You feel me? So I see myself being young and old with it. So that's why I just always keep that pineapple energy. You know what I'm saying? That Pineapple Gang.
That's
Love
dope,
that.
bro. That's way deeper than I expected, to be honest. Man, that's
Yeah, I know. Pineapple getting crazy, man.
Man, I was
Dude,
wondering.
Wonderful came out with those. You came out with those badass NFTs, like the actual Omi coin, right?
Yeah, I made the Omi coin too.
Bro, can you imagine if VeVe mints that and makes it an actual VeVe model, bro?
I know. I've been trying to find a way to do it the right way. It's like with my NFTs, I want to do them like, you know what I mean, perfectly. So I don't want to just like do it and then not do it the right way, especially if it's gonna be something that I could see being big. Like the Omi coin could be something big. You know what I mean? I'm gonna also come out with some like pineapple NFTs and stuff in the future. But I feel like I still need to kind of understand how to do it the right way for me to even like send out certain things to people. You know what I mean?
Bro, I feel you, bro, man. Even if you don't get NFTs on ECOMI, bro, and you just keep pushing it, bro, someone's gonna see your stuff. You know, you're probably gonna end up getting a job doing this, man.
Yeah. Yeah, because I went to school for graphic design and interactive media. So my degree is like in interactive media. So I was learning like how to use Maya. I was learning like all the graphic design basics, branding. So that's how like even when I was in school, I will always do all my projects on like pineapple stuff. So I'll be making like pineapple sodas, pineapple like tags, like all type of stuff because I already knew that in the future I was gonna be doing like a whole bunch of like pineapple stuff. Like
That's so cool, bro. That's dope.
I love pineapples too, dude. So
yeah, it's the best. Like it just looked like amazing. Like
dope, bro,
change
dope.
colors, like the leaves, the shapes. Like it's crazy.
All right,
When I
cool.
go to Disneyland, I love that pineapple, that ice cream you get next to the Pirates of the Caribbean ride or the Indiana Jones ride.
Oh, they
You
put
got
it in
you
the
gotta get it,
pineapple.
man. It's like next to the Tiki Hut, man. Everybody gets that.
Oh, I need that. I need that. Yeah.
What about pineapple on
Disneyland's
pizza,
open,
bro?
guys. It's open, so
Pineapple on pizza.
Yeah.
Hey, look, I eat it. It give me a little heartburn, but I still eat that.
Man, I love pineapple on pizza. Everyone hates on it. I'm like, what?
Oh, dude,
I'm the same.
Oh, yeah,
I
it
love
good,
it.
man.
with just
Hawaiian
pineapple on
pizza,
it, man.
bro.
Like, you can't beat that shit.
Yeah,
I
bro.
agree.
Yeah, I definitely rock with it though.
It's so good, bro. Man, like people who don't like it have no taste buds, bro.
Dude, pineapple
Yeah.
pizza, I mean, it's like one of the best toppings, man.
Yeah,
Word.
man. Oh, man, you were saying that you had something big you wanted to talk about today.
Well, it was for last week, so I had that one track that I was about to drop.
Yeah.
But I feel like there's definitely still a lot of things that I'm about to work on and kind of bring in terms of like NFTs and music. I definitely want to keep going with this music and making sure that I kind of even capture the drops with the music and kind of create these little anthems for them. You know what I mean?
I feel
Could go far, bro. Like, who knows if like the VeVe verse like is gonna start introducing some of those songs, right? Like,
Yeah.
imagine like you're one of the first 10 soundtracks that you can like buy or something for the VeVe verse for your showroom. Like, let's like, bro.
Yeah.
Like that's a
I'm glad you
realistic
mentioned that.
possibility, you know?
Yeah, I feel like that's a realistic possibility because we're about to enter an age that's about to change everything. So it's like I want to be one of the first artists in the VeVe verse, you know what I mean, doing shows and stuff out there and creating music that people in the VeVe verse is already rocking with. And I wasn't even thinking that far at first, but the more I've been researching metaverses, they were kind of saying like, yo, the internet young, the internet 19 to 20 years old. Once we head into what we're heading into now, which is the metaverse, this is going to be bigger than the internet. This is going to be everybody's connected through Oculuses, through these different glasses.
Yep.
And in the next 20 to 30 years, we're going to see the internet be a thing of the past, just like radios, just like phone booths. You know what I mean?
Right.
Yeah, I agree,
Ready Player One, dude. Ready Player
Newspapers.
One.
I agree, bro.
Yeah.
Like the way I explain to people is we experience the internet in 2D now, and we're going to experience it in like 3D. It's going to add an extra dimension to it. And currently connecting our lives to the internet, there's input lag. Once we go into internet 3.0, it's going to connect everything, all these social media platforms, everything is just going to be seamless with our everyday lives. And NFTs are going to be a big part of that. The internet's going to be on the blockchain. All licensing is going to be authorized on the blockchain. It's going to allow people to basically soul trade their skills. They're going to be able to use their skills directly without having a middleman. Like the internet is going to be huge from this. And people just don't understand yet, bro.
Well, people don't understand the VR systems are in baby stages. It's kind of like like some of us who grew up with the Super Nintendo and the regular Nintendo. That was a baby console system if you compare it to the PlayStation 5 and the Xbox. Oculus Quest is a baby VR system. It's not even near what it's going to be when they have an actual VR system that connects with the metaverse.
Yeah, the one that is really that I'm excited for is the Apple headset. And you know, they got 4K TVs.
That's what I'm talking
this one about to be 8K. You know what I mean? Like 8K is, and they were saying the thing
I
about
got 8K put away for that alone already, bro.
Where exactly. Like it's like everything that's gonna come with that is really gonna take it to that next level. And I feel like Apple is really gonna be that catalyst for me, because Apple, I feel like when they do certain things, they change the world in a different way that a lot of other companies would try to. You know what I mean? But they don't have Steve Jobs right now. But I still feel like they have that effect, because even when I was in school, the reason why I was able to learn how to mix music, because like even with my music, I mix all my music. I know how to produce beats. I know how to create cover arts. And it was all because Apple had a deal with my school that they gave us all laptops. So I was in middle school with a laptop that I could take home. You know what I mean? And that's why I was always super grateful for Apple, because you know, I moved from the hood into like the suburbs, and I was able to just learn all of these different things. So when I got that Apple, I was using it every single day, like never wasted time with it.
Yeah, Apple's just got such a strong cult-like following, and no matter what they do, people will adopt it. Whereas Samsung could probably bring out these glasses or whatever, and people would be like yeah, no, I'm not using that.
Yeah.
It's because how clean it is, and like when you think about how sophisticated, like, you know, you don't have to think. It's like Apple thinks for you. That's the way that I view it. As like when I find like I use other things like Windows or Android, I find like, yeah, you can get more into the back end of things, but I just find like the product itself is not as like seamless or professional. That's just my take on it. But
well, Apple's simple, man. Like Apple, even someone that's not like, you know, tech savvy, they can just grab an Apple phone and play with it. Dude, you give me an Android and I'm like, dude, this is like the Matrix, man. I don't want anything to do with
it. For real, man. Yeah, Apple's presentation, they always make it in a way that it's like, it's easy for you to like absorb the information.
Yeah, bro.
Right. And VeVe did a good job, I find, of mimicking kind of that Apple kind of style.
Yes.
Like it's very user-friendly, super easy. It looks extremely pro. Like it reminds me of Netflix, like when I'm on it, you know, and all these other NFT platforms, like, don't get me wrong, I think they have like sometimes a lot of great, you know, implications long-term that even greater than VeVe in a lot of aspects sometimes. But bro, when I think about like just how clean and professional it is, like I could show anyone and they're interested.
Yeah, bro. It's like OpenSea, man. OpenSea is intimidating, dude.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying. That's why I didn't want to release these NFTs yet, because I feel like there's going to be a NFT platform. Like I want to honestly get on VeVe, of course, but I feel like there's going to be a NFT platform that makes it easy, like VeVe. Yeah, and like you said, it's like this platform is like Terra Virtua, and I like what Terra Virtua is doing, but that's like the Android equivalent to what VeVe is doing, because of the way that they're releasing their drops, the way that they are able to build hype. People are able to just download everything super fast on the phone. It's like they do everything with a smart mindset of the consumer first.
Yeah, so like what I find that Apple has and what VeVe has is trust. Like they understand the psychology. When you look at it, the app makes you trust it. Everything you do, you feel like, oh, I'm doing the right thing when I'm doing it on this app. When you're on Terra Virtua, you're like, am I going to lose my credit card here? You know what I mean?
Yeah. So true.
Yeah, man, for real.
And it's a big entry, right? Like Terra Virtua is like public beta, and like obviously some of these collectibles could go big time. But when I'm looking at like $1,000 for something that's rare or limited, I'm like, well, man, if I got like a Rizzo back in the day for $70 on VeVe, and now it's accumulated to $3,000, it just feels like a safer bet. Because I'm like, if this doesn't go anywhere, I'm out $1,000. But if I'm out $70, no big deal. Do you know what I mean? That's my mentality around it too.
Yeah. I think Terra Virtua is definitely going to do really well, because Epic Games is an amazing company and they're main shareholders. Another thing is Epic Games is working on the largest metaverse, which is worth billions and billions of dollars. And they're going to trump anyone who is in that sort of realm. But I think VeVe is more about creating an immersive experience between reality and the digital world, whereas Terra Virtua is like, I'm going to go in and I'm going to play this game. And, you know, when you leave that, you know, you leave it. Whereas VeVe will always be there. Like in the end, that's how I picture it.
Yeah,
Right. Dude, imagine if they married Fortnite and Terra Virtua, bro. Both epic games.
Yeah, because I think that they said what we're gonna see is we're gonna have like Epic Games, and then we're gonna also have Unity. You know what I mean? For like to kind of start off. So it's like everything that uses that Epic Games software and platform is gonna be on one thing, and everyone that uses like Unity is kind of gonna be on another.
Yeah, so Epic Games uses a different, like the Fortnite uses a different engine. They don't use Unreal for Fortnite, I don't think, but
no, they don't.
They own Unreal Engine, like the company owns it, and that's what Terra Virtua runs on. But I'm not sure what Epic runs on. I'm pretty sure it runs on Unity. I'm not sure.
Like, you know what? The new NFTs Terra just put out, the Pacific Rim. If you see them, they're kind of like 2D-ish, animated, but 3D at the same time. I think they could make models of Fortnite like that later on in Terra Virtua. Like they'll look cartoony, but they'll still be in that same engine.
Oh, I get what you mean. Yep. Yeah.
They're actually really cool, man. I actually bought them. They're only like $30, but they're like shaded 2D-ish. I mean, they look awesome, dude. I mean, they look different than all the other Terra Virtua models.
So, dude, how did you find VeVe? Just curious.
Yeah, so I was on YouTube, and I think Crypto Pro put up a video, and it said, "Oh, this app can make you rich." So I checked it out, and I downloaded the app. I looked through it real quick, and kind of just saw the prices. And honestly, at first, I thought that the prices were pretty high, and I was like, "I'm not about to pay $80, $90 for this. I don't know what this is." So then I went back on the app one day. I think I saw another video. I went back on the app, and then I started seeing everything was sold out. So I remember the first thing I tried to buy was like the Powerpuff Girls, and it said it wasn't available in your region. So then, like, as soon as I saw that, I just started looking for like the rares. So then I got like a rare Joker, I think Dick Spring Joker or something. And then I also got like the Batman. And when I got those two, I called my brother. I'm like, yo, bro, these gonna be worth 50,000 in the future, bro. Like, I'm about to be rich off these. So I was already like very hyped about it because I was just thinking like, and I didn't even understand what NFTs really were at the time. And now that I understand what's about to happen with them, I just feel even more excited about, you know, buying these NFTs. And I feel like then I started watching the Gale's videos, and I remember when I was watching his videos, it was making me really understand because he was saying like, oh yeah, in the future, I could see myself trading these for a living and really having like a whole collection that I could just keep trading back and forth. And that kind of made me get into, all right, let me keep my collection up. Let me start going inside and looking to see what NFTs I should buy. So yeah, that's how I found out about it, man.
Yeah, dude. Cool. I can't remember whether it was Crypto Pro or it was some YouTuber that I found mine off. I think it might have been, no, it was Blockchain Andy. But yeah. Well, when did you enter in VeVe, bro?
When I entered, it was like, I think I was one of the first users. Like I entered in March.
Oh shit! So, you said same, yeah.
Yeah, so like it was still things on there, and I was like, "This is crazy." So then when I saw that everything sold out, then I really got excited. I was like, "Yes!" Like, and then I tried to get the I think the Murmicorn drop with the Perla and all that, and I remember I clicked notify me, it never notified me. But then I went on the app and I saw it was sold out, and I was like, "Yo, if this sold out, like this is gonna be huge." So
yeah, dude.
It just showed me like. And every day, I feel like they release more and more news that really show me how big they're about to be. Like yesterday with the whole Givenchy LVMH collab, It's like that right there is different because that shows me how premium these collectibles are gonna be, And the metaverse, like there's gonna be a lot of different metaverses. Like Fortnite gonna have their own metaverse, all these different games. But the metaverse that VeVe will be in will be so premium and high quality, and the type of architects and the type of design and attention to detail that will be in a VeVe verse, to me, is gonna be like A1.
And my fiance is finally happy with what I'm doing because she's like, what? She's like, oh, V's on board? She's like, because she wants me to take my collectibles out to buy her Louis Vuitton purses. Do you know what I'm trying to say? So,
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Bro,
Yo,
we
guys, I
just
gotta
got,
take off, man.
Man, did you guys see that?
What's that?
VeVe just made some partnership with Louis Vuitton. I don't know if you guys saw that.
Yeah, that's what
Yeah.
we're talking about.
Yeah, you just put it up yesterday, man. That shit's even my wife got excited when she saw that.
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
yeah.
Man.
All right, guys, I gotta take off, man. Yo, it's wonderful. I'm gonna be listening to your soundtrack tonight when I go on a run, bro.
Hey, bless, bro.
Take care, guys.
All right, Chad. See you, bro.
Peace.
Have a good
Yeah,
one,
man.
dude. Take care, bro.
You too, bro.
So,
Hey, James, it's funny, man. My wife like went nuts when I showed her yesterday VeVe's page. I'm like, look at this, Louis Vuitton. She said, I don't give a shit how much it costs. I'm gonna buy an NFT Louis Vuitton. If they were making an NFT of a Louis Vuitton bag, she's like, I'm buying.
Oh, they doing that. They definitely gonna do that.
Yeah, that'd be insane if they're the first ones that actually do that. Because just think about it. You know, it'd be insane if they actually sold a Louis Vuitton purse and you got the actual purse and then you got the NFT model. Kind of how what they're doing with the Ron English collectible.
yeah.
Yeah. Oh, I think they are doing that. I think they said something about
Yeah, that'd be
having
insane.
their-
I mean, they could sell it at a Louis Vuitton price, and you're kind of just getting the NFT for free. But at the same time, you're getting an NFT that's going to be low minted, and you can also resell for probably the same value.
Yeah, dude. Well, while we're on the topic of the metaverse, I've just got this screen up shared. Can you see that?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So, man, this is. I'll just take the volume off, but this talks about portals, right? And this guy has been in basically augmented reality for a long time, and he's showing basically what is possible with augmented reality, and he starts talking about portals.
You can take a picture, right? And just like we can put our vault door in our yard or in the middle of a field or something, you take a picture, you place the picture there, and the picture is the portal where you can walk into the picture, and now you're in a whole different scene. And I'll show you guys some examples of that. So I'm basically trying to show you guys examples of technology that has been around for so long. And when people come across it, and when people have only heard of VR, AR, and digital collectibles in augmented reality, people have only heard of those through VeVe, which is within the last 6 months. So when they hear about another virtual gallery come up with all of these different features, it's like, oh my gosh, VeVe has competition. True, has competition, very true. But as far as is it possible? Is it able to be done? Can it be duplicated? Can it be better? It's so much out there, man. And this is what I want to jump into. So no worries on Terra Virtua as far as in the sense of, what our galleries look like right now. Even when I first went into the VeVe Vault, I knew what else was coming. You can look at the other video I did about the IKEA where you're dropping furniture into a certain space. I can show you an app where I can put lampshades up and change up my whole environment. So I'm explaining to you all of the different concepts that make up, from my perspective, of what VeVe is, what attracted me to VeVe, the kind of technologies that I was already into, that I actually seen on VeVe. So, no shade to VeVe. I'm involved in VeVe. I'm definitely involved in VeVe. But the point is, it was interesting to see the things that, I looked at VeVe and I saw the gallery, I saw the AR features, as well as I saw the IP and the AR collectibles. I wasn't blown away by it. What I was blown away by is the same reason everyone's into NFTs. Like, hey, there's a secondary market. These things could be bought and resold, right? So that was the main takeaway point. Like, okay, cool. Know the, say for example, Quick. This is the same exact. They had, and that's what I'm saying is like.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
So when I seen the gate, I was like, oh, so that's what the Jurassic Park gate was for. Because initially I was like, that's weird. What? Okay. And then that opened up, and I'm like, oh, okay. So that's what VeVe's gonna do. That gate is going to be a showroom.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Yeah, shout out to Crypto Crayons, man. Yeah, and when VeVe posted up that gate, they didn't show what it was gonna be on the inside. They showed like straight through the street, so you could see another car right there. But they didn't have it where you could see like the landscape. And even when I first was in the showroom and I was looking out and looking at the mountains and stuff, it just immediately took me to like Earth 2. You know what I mean? Because I know Earth 2 is coming out. People don't know if it's a scam, if it's real, but you know, it showed me like, yo, this is going to be some type of huge metaverse where people are able to build things and do all type of things on it.
Yeah, bro, it's gonna be insane, dude.
OD.
Could you imagine like going to like a football field or something and putting that out and just be able to explore that sort of with your friends with augmented reality, like with the glasses on, and like they'll have like events. VeVe will be like, oh, we're at Comic-Con, and everyone just walks through these AR gates or something, and there's just like this whole universe, and you're just chilling with a bunch of people. Like,
You just made me think like, yeah, in a couple years, Comic-Con, I mean, you might just go into your VR headset and just that the Comic-Con will be digital, only digital. You know what I mean? Because like there's one thing that I am nervous about, you know, and I think that we also have to think about this as well. So when you think about Ready Player One, you know, we like to think about the technology, but we also got to think about what state their environment was, what state their world was in the real world. And we're heading into a lot of times where, you know, the economy is going to crash soon. People don't know when. A lot of environmental things are happening where it's kind of destroying our world. And we have to kind of be understanding of where we're headed in terms of that as well. But people like Elon Musk, I know a lot of people got mad at him about the whole Bitcoin thing, but he's going to be the person. He might become the world's first trillionaire because he's doing things for the environment. He's creating these batteries. He's doing solar power. And this is going to help us to even sustain certain energy in the future. But it just, you know, being on the lookout for protecting yourself for what's going to come in his future.
yeah, like he understands what's real, like what's legit, and he just doesn't give a fuck about anyone who doesn't agree with him because he's like, whatever. I love Elon Musk.
Yeah, he understands the future. He like if anybody understands it, it's him. He's done so many things. Like me, I feel like when I think of Elon Musk, I think of like Neuralink. I think of going to Mars. I think of PayPal, Tesla. Like these are things that people use on a daily basis all the time. And he's put all of his energy into changing the world on a mass scale, but for the better, you know, because of the direction that we're going in. So
Yeah, it's great. Like Neuralink, I've got a friend who's like gone blind because he's got like retina damage, and he's like, Neuralink's gonna be great. And then, I've got autism, and he says that you can solve autism with it. And there's like, I have a lot of trouble with like concentrating, so if that could help with like people getting education that couldn't necessarily get it before. And there's so many things like. If Neuralink came out, I'd be on that shit straight away, dude. Like,
yeah, and think about Neuralink and what Neuralink actually does. So when I first heard about Neuralink, when I was thinking about the metaverses, you're not going to even need a VR headset to go into the metaverse because they said that the Neuralink could change your vision. So imagine if you close your eyes real quick, you're already in there. You really like Neo in the Matrix, but instead of plugging yourself in, you have to get the thing inserted in. And also, I just thought about this too, because, you know, with Elon Musk going to Mars, with space and everything, and with a lot of AI coming up, the metaverse is going to be filled with artificial intelligence that walk around like they real humans. And it might be a little bit of aliens, but I ain't really about to get into that because I don't know too much. But it's just going to show you that anybody could be really anything in these type of worlds. So we don't know who we're going to actually be communicating with sometimes.
Sure. And hopefully there's going to be cat girls.
Right, dead ass.
Man, that'd be insane, dude. Like, I'm just thinking of all these VeVe collectibles that I'm going to like collect, and I'm just going to open up like a metaverse strip club with all the
Well, the DC girls.
Yeah, with all the DC girls.
Yeah, like a Batgirl should be taking a selfie inside there.
Catwoman will be out the front as the door girl.
Freaking Barda will be roller skating around, bringing drinks and food to everybody.
Yeah, dude. Man, I'm excited for like the future in the sense of technology. I love technology, and then I look at like this. like future that we're going into, which should potentially be Orwellian sort of, and everything looks bleak, but then we've got these things that we know that's going to help us through that, and it just makes me hopeful for the future. Because like when you look around, you're like, things are kind of going to shit. You definitely touched on a really good point there, and that's why companies like this are going to do really well. And these companies, they actually care about the consumer, and that's because all these companies that are coming out like they use crypto, they're like decentralized, and they're on the blockchain. Everything to do with the blockchain, everything that will flourish has to be not like completely selfless, but like sort of really care about the consumer, otherwise people don't buy into it. That's just the way the community works on the blockchain. So I think that all these blockchain projects that are going to do well are just going to be so good for the future.
Well, if you think about it, I think COVID kind of gave an intro to NFTs. I mean, people were at home, people were already shopping online, and it got to the point where it's like, well, screw it, let's buy some NFTs, let's buy an Oculus. Like I really think the whole world kind of being put on hold and shutting everybody down at home made people yearn for some way out. Even if I have the video game online, if I have to buy like my collectibles online.
Definitely, dude. It propelled e-commerce 10 years within like 3 months.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, even graphic design. It's like I'm just starting to see that the way that this field is starting to move and the type of technology that are coming out that people are doing designs for and stuff, it's moving super fast, like way faster than I thought. And COVID, I think this is just one of the first of many things that's about to happen. And like I could have never pictured us walking around with masks on our face, like in a store and stuff like that. So I can't even imagine what else is going to happen that I couldn't imagine. You know what I mean?
Yeah, dude. Like, and the thing is you just like there's so much like unnecessary control that's sort of happening in the world that sort of makes you not even want to go outside. Like I've found that since this COVID crap, most of my friends are online, bro. Like my best friends are all online, and I don't want to go out. I'm like, screw this, I'm gonna stay at home. Instead, going out's too much trouble. You know what I mean? You have someone whinging at you for not wearing a mask on your face and stuff. It's not like that anymore in Australia, but it was, and I'm just like, there's scientific evidence saying that this doesn't work. You know what I mean?
Yeah, like I was kind of happy. I'm not gonna say I was happy that COVID happened, but when COVID happened to me, I went through a very transformative period because I was like literally about to become a dad that year. So it was just like I needed the separation from people just to really involve with myself, because before that, no, I was doing music. I was going out to LA. I was in the studio every day, like every day for years. I was always just interacting with people all the time. And I never even had time to really like go within and really just be more myself, because I was just so like interacting all the time. And it kind of shut the world down, let a lot of people refocus. But we're about to head back into a social world, but it's, yeah, like you said, it's going to be more online, and this is really also going to boost this VR stuff like to a whole nother level.
Yeah, man. Like I went through a transformation during COVID as well. Like a lot of people did. I've been running this plastering company for the past 6 years now.
That's what's
And
up.
I really hated doing it. I'm just over it. It's not intellectually stimulating. I'm a creative person, and when this happened, I started up like another business, and it was just sort of helping people in the community connect with each other. And that went all right until like the lockdown finished, and then that sort of died down. But it made me realize that I wanted to start going online with what I was doing. And then that sort of led into what I'm doing now. But it made me very aware of how unhappy I was,
Yeah.
and made me focus on things that actually made me happy rather than the money, because I was making quite a bit of money out of what I'm doing. And it just sort of made me realize I was lucky because, I have this job where I can sort of choose when I work, and I can focus on education. I've started studying. I'm doing all these things that I would have never done if COVID didn't happen. What about you,
Yeah,
Dozer?
man.
What do you mean?
Did you think, did anything good come out of COVID for you?
Yeah, you know what, man? Like I think it made families bond more. Like for me, that's what got me interested into NFTs and VR. I mean, like last year when I actually got COVID, I mean, dude, you're like shut away for like 2 weeks. So I'm like, man, what am I gonna do? So I'm like, yeah, let me buy an Oculus. And I started playing around with that, and it made my 2 weeks just go by really quick. When I couldn't leave because you got to quarantine for 2 weeks.
So you got COVID.
Oh, so you have one?
You got COVID. Hold up, just let me exit the chat. No.
Well, I don't have COVID now, but like a lot of other people, I had COVID at some point.
Good thing you got that
Yeah,
mask
yeah.
on.
Yeah, and you know what? Like, it got me into my Mandalorian roots when I had to keep a mask everywhere I went to stay away from COVID. This thing protects you from COVID quite well, actually.
Yeah, that's
Word.
good. That's good, man. That's good.
Yeah, this is better than that, that generic white mask everybody wears. This thing
Yeah,
keeps
yeah.
COVID. I haven't got COVID since I put on the mask.
Yeah, and people probably see it, they like, yo, he a celeb.
Yeah, bro.
No, but I feel you though
Yeah,
about
like
the whole. Mhm.
oh, go ahead, Wonderful.
No, but I feel you about the whole like really tapping into who you are because, I'm not gonna lie, I took a pretty big risk. Like when I first found out about ECOMI and VeVe, like I was working in like pharmaceutical and I was doing like a lot of like stuff and I just like quit my job. Like just because I knew that like first of all, I had the skills in order for me to, make websites for people, do like graphics. So I could like freelance pretty easily, but I knew that my job wasn't really making me as happy as this was. So I felt like with this, I want to really go all in and put my energy into something I could see doing for like years to come. You know what I mean? I feel like I want to see myself in certain fields. Not saying that they're bad or anything, but I want to use my creativity. I want to be able to use my music. I want to be able to use my brain, like creating those 3D arts. I would have never been doing any of this because like my job was so time consuming. Every day I'll wake up, I'll have to be in a meeting right away. And then in the afternoon, I would still be working until late at night. I would have all these meetings. And I feel like you got to take a leap. You know what I mean? You got to take a leap of faith and really go into what you love.
Yeah, I agree, man.
Yeah, that's what this is, man. Like this is what I love. Like, I love comic books. I love NFTs. It's just my hobby, man. Like, and that's what that's all it is. I just made a page with my hobby. And before I knew it, man, a lot of people were following me and liking my content, asking for my contact. Now I'm actually doing the live podcast on my Instagram, so people can actually see the videos now too.
Yeah, like this, he got almost 5K followers on Instagram in like 6 months.
Damn.
And this is specifically Star Wars comic collectors. I mean, because that's what it started off as, just Star Wars comics, because I'm a Star Wars comic expert, and it just grew people's interest. People wanted to know about Star Wars comics.
Yeah.
Everyone's gonna know who this guy is soon, man. His knowledge is unreal, and that's why he's on the podcast. He's a part of the podcast now because he can make that connection between physical and digital collectibles, and he makes a lot of really good calls.
Well, I'll tell you what, Wonderful. It's like the upcoming DC lines. I've kind of narrowed down some of the upcoming DC licenses, and I can kind of narrow down which 4 characters are going to be in that specific drop.
Oh, word.
Is this for the Suicide Squad?
Yep. Yeah, you want me to reveal it to everybody?
Yeah, for sure. I'd love to talk about that.
All right, so like you guys saw today, Superman was huge, man. I mean, Superman, he's like the godfather of DC. He's the guy. He's their version of Captain America. He's the poster boy. It's not really Batman, it's Superman. Superman's like the poster boy for DC. So today, I mean, dude, 8,888 models sold out in 3 seconds, I believe, 5 seconds.
Yeah,
I mean, that's a lot.
Quick.
Yeah, I mean, it wasn't even like a small drop, like the Ito's going to be 17, 15, 19. That'll go in a second. No, this was 8,000 plus models. And the reason it sold out because of Superman. I was explaining to James that Superman I think Superman is just as popular as Batman. I mean, he's very sought after. I mean, this first appearance, Superman, 5 years from now, if VeVe's still around and big, the Superman first appearance will be just as sought after as the Todd and the Rizzo and those main pieces. So based on that, VeVe is going to keep cranking out DC DC lines. I mean, DC is their strongest license right now. There's no debating that. It's the license they keep making more of. Like you got the DC Cover Girls, the DC Bombshells, the Batman Black and White, now Superman. So I was looking at their list, and I'm actually going to reveal more of them. I'm only going to reveal one on this episode. I was looking at their DC lists, and I saw Suicide Squad from the first movie. So I did my research, and I know exactly what 4 DC Direct models they're going to use. They're actually going to use the Margot Robbie Harley Quinn, which is the Harley Quinn that you see on Birds of Prey on the current movies, played by Margot Robbie. That Harley Quinn is going to be, she'll probably be like the common because it's the highest selling one. And then the uncommon will probably be the Jared Leto Joker, the Joker from Suicide Squad played by Jared Leto. That'll be probably the uncommon. So the next 2, if they release Suicide Squad anytime soon, the next 2 will probably be first appearances because the rare will probably be Killer Croc, who's an actual Batman villain. And if they release Killer Croc from the Suicide line, he'll be the rare. And he'll be a first appearance. Now, the Ultra Rare is the one I'm excited for. The Ultra Rare, I really think, is going to be Deadshot, which is played by Will Smith in the movie Suicide Squad. I mean, I think Will Smith did a super badass job as Deadshot. Like, I love Deadshot. I had read all his comics before I saw the movie, and he just did such a great portrayal as Deadshot, a.k.a. Floyd Lawton. Like, they got everything down of his story. Like, his he was divorced. He was fighting a custody battle. He's a hitman, and now... And then he's actually a Batman villain. You actually see Ben Affleck beat him up in front of his daughter in the movie. So him, if they make the Deadshot, I think that Deadshot will be the ultra rare. The Will Smith Deadshot will look freaking cool, man. It'll be the ultra rare, and it'll also be
crazy.
Oh yeah, and it'd be awesome because it would also be a first appearance. It would be a first appearance of Deadshot. I would love to see the Will Smith Deadshot be VeVe's first appearance of the character. I think that would be a great tribute to the character.
We need some more black.
So the reason I know this is I looked up the DC Direct models, and those are the 4 models they have for that Suicide Squad movie. So if we follow this trend that they're using DC Direct, like today, the Superman, that was actual DC Direct statue that got turned into VeVe collectible. If they go by that same trend, those are the 4 models they're going to use for Suicide Squad. I mean, you heard it here first. Those are the 4 figures that'll be in your display room with all your other DC models.
That's lit.
Dude, that's gonna be sick. I'm just checking to see whether DC Direct does a Black Panther, because that would be awesome.
Yeah.
Wait, DC Direct does who?
Black Panther?
No, they don't, because that's Marvel, bro.
Oh, it's Marvel.
Oh shit, man. I'm such a noob. Hey, I'm such a noob. But it would still be awesome. It would be awesome.
No, and that's what I talked about last time. They need to find a good statue license that does the Marvel characters, kind of how they teamed up with DC Direct to make all the DC characters. Gentle Giant does Marvel statues, like Star Wars.
Oh, so, true. Gentle Giant makes awesome.
I would love to see VeVe team up with Gentle Giant. They make Gentle Giant statues, they look very similar in quality and size to the DC Direct. And they do Star Wars, they do Marvel, and get this. This is another line that they do that'd be badass that I can't wait for. They do Lord of the Rings.
That would be dope.
So
wow.
I've been saying it. DC, I think Gentle Giant and a VeVe partnership would be amazing. They'd be doing the same thing they do with DC Direct or Hot Toys. We've talked about Hot Toys too.
Yeah, bro. I could definitely see them getting someone like Gentle Giant on and using that to get into Star Wars. But I could also see them entering in Star Wars through Ron English. I think that could happen too.
Ron English, he has a partnership with Star Wars?
He doesn't.
Yeah, he actually has a Wonderfull. Have you seen some of his grinning figures? You know, the ones that got that signature grin?
Yeah.
Yeah, there's some that are, badass. He just released Street Fighter grins. It has Guile with the grin and Ryu with the grin. And they look badass. So he must have some licenses with these products because he also has a Super Mario, a gold Super Mario, and those come with a grin too. So I went on his page and I looked. He has a Boba Fett. He has an actual Boba Fett with the grin, and it looks badass, man. So there's a good chance that the first VeVe Star Wars model we see could be a Ron English product. I would love to see that happen. like Boba Fett wrong in English for the first Star Wars model we get.
Yeah, man. And yeah, that's good that you noted that, because it's like even with Simone Legno, he has a whole bunch of different connections to these different brands and licenses. And I just saw that he did a SpongeBob one. So I was hype about that because, you know, I'm trying to get the SpongeBob house. Like that's going to be like lit.
Hey, man, dude, the pineapple under the sea, bro.
Yeah, exactly.
They better do that for you. They better do that.
Yeah, I'm going to get the lowest mint, like number one.
Wonderful is the pineapple under VeVe, man.
Yeah, for real.
Bro, you know what's sick? Superman's going up in price. The cheapest one's $100 now. So that's already 2x. That's pretty good, bro.
No, it's going to keep going up, man. I think all the quick VeVe flippers, not James, the actual VeVe flippers, I think they already realized that okay, they cashed in their $50, but I think most people are buying it. Dude, Superman sold out in 3 seconds. There's no way in hell this is gonna stay $100.
Like people, I think they're just doing that just to get people who didn't get the drop quick flip, like super quick flip.
Well, a lot of people were disappointed with this drop, man. Like I think this drop more than any drop. I had a ton of friends text me like, "Man, I wasn't able to get a Superman. I really want a Super." This is a model that a lot of people that are just casual fans really wanted. Like I don't think anybody gave a crap about, you know, like casual fans. Casual fans didn't really care about DC Cover Girls and Supergirl. Everybody wanted Superman. Everybody wants that Superman standing next to one of their Batmans inside their vault. Everybody wants that. It's kind of like the DeLorean. Everybody wanted the DeLorean, even though, you know, they ruined the mint numbers. Superman was kind of like that. Everybody wanted this model.
Yeah, I was thinking that it's the same with the DeLorean. Like, it's like you want the DeLorean because like that's that Ready Player mode. But Superman is really like that iconic. When you think of comics, you think the first person you think of is Superman. Like
Superman,
dude.
You think it's just
Superman. 100% Superman. I mean, even Superman in AR, you put him up in the sky and he looks badass. I mean,
he looked dope.
They picked such a good model, bro. Like they picked like that Superman they used looks awesome because his whole suit looks shiny. I mean, it just looks amazing, man. It looks way better than the Todd, in my opinion. It's a great first appearance of that character.
Touching on the DeLorean, dude, I got some good news in regards to that. So basically, Dan Crothers, he had a video, one of the first AMAs. He had with just the DeLorean behind him. He was talking about it, and he said there was going to be multiple releases, non-interactive, interactive, and then the drivable. And you know, the interactive and non-interactive would be launched, and that's the ones we see now. And then the drivable one would be a secret rare. And then on the drop, you know how we could all drive the vehicles and then it stopped and everyone was like, oh, okay, so they're going to resell us those collectibles when they're the same, and people were getting mad. So I chased this up the other day, and because a few people were like, okay, they're anticipating that this collectible will be made drivable, and I'm like, okay, will it? So I went and asked David Yu, and I said, will you re-release the DeLorean drivable? And he's like, no, I wouldn't do that. I'm a collector myself. That would devalue the collectibles. And I'm like, okay, that's good. He's like, I wouldn't do that. That wouldn't be right, and I'd be very unhappy if that happened. I'm like, so are we going to get a drivable collectible? And he's like it's very possible. It's just a safety issue at this standard stage because people go out on the road and drive their collectible and they could get hit by a car. So he's just trying to work out everything in regards to that before they launch it.
Hey, did he say it's going to be just the ultra rare or all of them?
I think it's going to be the ultra rare and the common, because both of those were drivable and the rare wasn't drivable. So basically the rare is going to be lame.
Worthless.
So like the rare, but man, I don't know, like maybe they'll make the rare drivable, but the rare wasn't drivable on the day. It was the common and ultra rare that were. So that's most
maybe
likely
the rare you could actually drive it like a real car, and the other ones are like remote control or something. I don't know.
Yeah, who knows, dude? Who knows? Or maybe they'll be like, lol jokes, only the rare is drivable, and that's why it was static.
Or
They should have just made one DeLorean, man. Like I never understood why they made all three of them. They should have done what they did with Superman with the DeLorean. Just make one ultra rare DeLorean, 12,000. That's it. Leave it at that. But you know,
the issue with that is how much it would cost to make that, because there's so much involved in that collectible.
But at the end of the day, they could sell it at a loss just to bring more people into the community, spend money on other collectibles. But at that point of time, I think VeVe needed the money, and it was it.
Yeah, I think so.
I think VeVe grew a lot because of that, and I'm willing to dispose that money for that.
Yeah.
And it will go up in value later. It's just not going to go up in value the same way that, example, this Superman would go up in value, you know?
So this Superman should be worth the same as Todd. Like, no way around it. It should be selling for the same amount as Todd.
Yeah, I reckon
there's
like
not that many more Supermans.
Yeah, it will be.
Yeah, in like a month to 2 months time, I reckon it'll be $300 for sure.
Yeah, because they got the pros and cons. This one looks cooler. You know, Todd, there's a little bit less. This one's colored. Todd's not.
This one has shiny
balls.
balls.
One's uncommon. This one's an uncommon. So they got their pros and cons, and they should be, you know, they'll meet up at the same time.
Yeah, for sure. It's a dope collectible, man. I haven't been hyped for this for a collectible since the DeLorean drop. Like the DeLorean, I was like, oh my god, I can't wait to be able to like be inside of the DeLorean and have the illuminated flux capacitor and stuff like that. And this, I was like, man, that is shiny as bro.
Oh yeah, 100%.
And it looks so cool, dude, man. Just the way it's
does, man.
flying
You
there.
should see it next to the other models. Like last night, I made a vault with all my DC characters, which are all of them, and I left this spot in the middle just empty, waiting for Superman. And today, like I already put him in there. I can't wait to make a video on my Instagram. It's got Superman just front and center
in the void that's in the middle.
In the vault, yeah.
Yeah, I mean in the void, you know, the opening in the middle of the room.
Yes, yeah. I got him up, and you know, just floating. He looks like this god amongst men, bro. Like I can't wait to show it off, man.
Yeah, he's such a cool collectible, man. That's probably my favorite collectible.
So he's one of the coolest ones. Like, and I'm glad they didn't do him black and white like Batman. I'm glad it was fully colored. It's kind of cool because last night I was online and I saw a fully colored McFarlane, like a Todd McFarlane Batman. It looked so badass, man. I would love to see that one day.
Oh, that's probably why they're doing like first appearances. They might do like a first appearance black and white. Then they might have like a color version too. So
yeah, I'm telling you, man. I've seen the colored version of the Harley Quinn, the black and white Harley Quinn, the Joker, and the McFarlane. The McFarlane looks sick, man. It looks so sick colored because it's like that old school baby blue cape and cowl, and then the gray uniform with the yellow emblem. It just looks awesome, man. I really liked it.
I love Todd McFarlane. His art is so good. Like I'm not even into that comics, but I started following him, and now he's like one of my favorite artists.
Oh, I love McFarlane. Dude, I would love to see some of his products like Spawn. Can you imagine an AR Spawn? Spawn would look badass if they started doing Spawn ones.
Spawn look crazy.
Yeah, dude. Man, and
I love Spawn. I'm a 90s kid, bro. So I grew up with Spawn action figures, dude.
I'm a big fan of Alex Ross as well. Like I think Alex.
Oh, big time.
And who's
Alex Ross stuff?
He's real good. And there's another artist that was released in the 2D. He did the Rare cover.
John Tyler Christopher, bro. JTC, right?
Yeah.
He's the one that makes all the figure covers, right?
Yeah, and he did like the artwork. Oh no, it's like something Christoph, or it sounds like German or something.
Oh yeah, we're talking about the wrong one.
Yeah,
I was talking about the artist that made the Secret Rare Ultraman.
Yeah, no, I'm talking about the one that made the Rare. He did one of the cover arts for the Tool, you know, Tool band, the band Tool.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, dude, I didn't even know that. And I was looking at the artwork and I'm like, man, I love all Tool's cover art. And I was like, this is so cool, dude. It's so cool.
It's funny because a lot of these artists that we saw in Ultraman, they actually have iconic Star Wars covers too. So I knew all these guys work. When I saw the action figure one, I like lost my mind because Star Wars is known for making these cool action figure covers, which everybody collects. They're done by the same guy that did the artwork on the Secret. When I saw that Secret Rare of the Ultraman, I'm like, holy crap, man, they might have a Marvel license because that is a Marvel comic by John Tyler Christopher.
Man, what collectibles do you think are going to be coming out soon, guys?
Honestly, Jurassic Park, dude. I think Jurassic Park is right around the corner.
Yeah, for sure.
Like Jurassic Park, it'd be badass if they actually made that gate we were talking about, the ultra rare. Like if they just made the gate the ultra rare, that'd be so sick if they did that.
I think that gate won't be like a vault straight up. Like I think they got to work that in, and then once like I'm gonna buy a ton of that gate, anticipating that happening, because people are gonna be like, oh, why do I want this? This is lame, and then it'll open up as a gateway, and then people will be like, holy crap, and then that gate will just go up in value.
Yeah. You know what I would love to see? If they intro Wonder Woman the same way they intro Superman, and they can actually do this. They actually have a model. This is one of the other ones that I've kind of anticipated they're going to make. So you guys know the DC bombshells, how we have Barda and how we have Starfire. They're just one set, one person, one set. They have an actual DC bombshells Wonder Woman, which looks really sick. She's like holding up a sword, and she's got that World War II-esque type outfit. If they made that as just one model, one completed set, kind of how they did with Superman, I think that'd be amazing if that's how they introduced. Because they already did a big job introducing Batman as the McFarlane, the Superman we got today. I think that would be the perfect way to introduce Wonder Woman into the VeVe universe.
Yeah, that would be awesome, dude. Man, I'd really love to see some video game characters.
Oh, hell yeah. Street Fighter, bro. I think Street Fighter. How about Street Fighter?
Street Fighter would be dope. Some like
I want to see some
Monster
music.
Hunter.
Prince of Persia or something like that. That'd be dope.
But I'm pretty sure we're gonna get like Tupac, you know what I mean? Because Hasbro, they own Death Row Records, and you already know Dan Crothers was working closely with Hasbro. So I feel like when they start releasing music, they might start releasing like things like that just to kind of start off. And I also saw that Death Row Records, they had like some dog 3D animation character, and they were having like this 2D art, and it looked like something that could be on VeVe. So that could be something that we see.
Yeah, bro, like that's definitely not out of the question. And since like we've started seeing these art drops and stuff, I'm like, oh, okay, VeVe is quite diverse, and they're gonna be covering a lot of stuff, man. That would be so sick to see, bro.
Hey, Wonderful. You know what's coming soon too, dude? And that's right around the corner, man. And the only reason I'm saying that is because right now training camps are going on. Bro, NFL. And NFL is around the corner.
Yeah, NFL about to be crazy.
Dude, I'm an NFL nut. I mean, you'll know that about me when we talk more here. I'm an NFL nut. I'm telling you right now, when VeVe makes that partnership with NFL, the sky's the limit. Sky's the limit. I think these models will be better than Top Shot.
Yeah.
Oh, bro, Top Shot doesn't even compare to VeVe.
Well, yeah, I mean these football. I mean, that Superman looks so good that I can't imagine like seeing a Tom Brady like that. I would be in awe if they made Tom Brady holding his helmet, or a Patrick Mahomes, pumping his chest and cheering, like that iconic pose of him. I mean, it'd be awesome, man. I can't wait.
Yeah, and I feel like even right now, the quality of the VeVe, 3D and AR stuff is still just like almost like scans and stuff of the original sculptures of what we're getting. So when we actually start getting like NFL characters, I feel like the quality on that is going to be so high because of the technology that we have. You know what I mean?
You know what's crazy about the NFL now? We're talking about like McFarlane. Did you guys know the actual models of NFL players we're seeing, they're from McFarlane toys? Did you guys know that?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're actual McFarlane toy models. McFarlane is a big NFL guy too, I think. And he's made a very successful line of figures that are McFarlane toys, and they look really detailed. I mean, they're awesome. I mean, they're the perfect models for VeVe.
Yeah, that's exactly what I reckon will get released for sure, because it fits the aesthetic of VeVe.
Well, they already have the first prototype. I've seen the photos. It's you see it. He's a running back for the Raiders. It's actually Marshawn Lynch. I mean, I love Marshawn Lynch, but you see Marshawn. You see Marshawn as a Raider. I mean, if you go on I've seen a lot of photos from VeVe of that model, and that might be the first one they're playing with.
Right.
And Marshawn's an investor, so I wouldn't be surprised if Marshawn is an OMI holder or a VeVe holder too, dude.
Yeah, definitely, man.
Yeah.
Man, like since I'm from Australia, I don't know too much about NFL, but like if they were to do something like the UFC, I would just go like George St. Pierre or something like that. I'd be like, oh my god, like
yeah, UFC would be crazy.
Yeah, I mean, and another license I would love VeVe to get would be Pop Vinyl, because there's so many really awesome Pop Vinyl collectibles, dude.
Oh, Funko, bro. Dude, yeah. I would love to see Funko.
Bro, we get
I got that little sideboard. That's how I be feeling sometimes.
Yeah. Oh, dude, that's badass, man. Yeah, look at me, man. I got Funko Funkos too, man. I love Funkos. Dude, if they got Funko, they could do so many licenses with that.
Yeah, like you got Harry Potter, you got Pokemon, you know, you'll get Star Wars, you'll get so much. Like I feel like they could get pop vinyl.
Marvel too.
Yeah, dude, like everything.
Well, Quid does Funko Pops. Did you know that? Quid does digital Funko Pops. Why can't
I saw that. Yeah.
Yeah, like I think the reason why Quid's got so many licenses is because, you know, initially they're just branding off like stickers, and the licenses will cover, you know, that sticker. So once it goes to NFT, it might be a different thing, because like a lot of these brands are worried that their name will get tarnished by NFTs. But VeVe's in this space proving that NFTs are gonna do well. So
Yeah.
I could see Quid doing well because VeVe's paving the way for Quid to just follow behind with all their licenses, and because they can just go back and visit that. So like, I think Quid would pop. I don't think it's competition for VeVe, but I think Quid will do well because the collectibles are so cheap and they'll probably spike.
Yeah. So Quid has stickers, but they also have actual 3D models of the pop. I have some on my Quid account. Like you can actually look at the entire 3D model of your Funko Pops on Quid.
Yeah,
the pop vinyls will do well.
Yeah, they're tied to Animoca, so that company right there is huge, and like they fund so many different projects. So I already know that Quid they'll have a lot of connections too within like the NFT industry.
Yeah, Animoca, they make crazy defense heroes. It's a pretty fun phone game.
So what is Animoca?
It's a game. It's a game company. It's a Chinese-based game company. They're the ones that bought out Quid. I believe they own Quid right now.
Yeah.
Which is crazy because ever since they bought it, they've been doing more mintable products on Quid, because most Quids are kind of just like in-game items. Now they're releasing items that say mintable, which means they'll be able to get transferred through the blockchain.
Mm-hmm.
That's crazy, dude. I'm looking at it now. So did they do PUBG? Is it
PUBG? No, I don't think they have PUBG yet. They have other cool brands that I lost my shit over, man, like Dungeons and Dragons, Skyrim, Fallout. I mean, those are games that I would love to.
You got Naruto.
Yeah,
Naruto. Oh my god.
They got like Mr. Beast. They got like certain like different brands, like newer brands too. They have a lot of stuff.
What about Monster Hunter, bro? Monster Hunter, that's a VeVe license right there, dude.
Yeah, Monster Hunter. Word. Oh, Monster Hunter has VeVe has that.
Yeah, dude.
Hell yeah.
Yeah,
he has Monster Hunter.
Oh,
they have that. They already showed that. It almost look like a dragon. It's like an animated dragon. I'm like, oh man, I can't wait till that fits.
They do like their finishing moves and stuff. It's animated. Wow. Yeah, dude.
Yeah, Monster Hunter really is. I know James wants Harry Potter, man. James would go insane if we got Harry Potter.
Oh yeah, Harry Potter gonna be lit. Like imagine like you got the Harry Potter universe. You could go into Hogwarts and stuff.
Yeah, dude. Like imagine if you could open up a portal and you go into Diagon Alley.
Oh man.
Dude. Because this got me thinking now that the VeVe verse, it's going to be like the new Disney. You know what I'm saying? When they got the you could go into Jurassic Park land, you go into Harry Potter land, you could go into all these different places.
Dude, that would be wild. Man, I'm like a kid in a candy store, bro. I'm like, after watching that video by Crypto Crowns with the portal, I was like, dude, holy crap, everything correlates. Everything he says is legit. And then VeVe was on there commenting, yeah, like this is true. And I'm like, wow.
Yeah, I'm about to post a video today about metaverses.
Yeah, dude. Bro, man, that's...
Well, we've said before, it's like the game on Oculus VR chat. I wish we could use all our VeVe items as avatars. You know how you can just become anything in VR chat?
Yeah, VR chat is crazy.
I love your...
I tested it out. It was pretty cool, man. Like, I know one of the ones I saved is a character from Skyrim, the video game, a shark, like Jaws. I mean, dude, why is VeVe not doing that? That'd be badass if you could walk around as your Rizzo, you know?
You know what I'd love? Bloody Transformers. Imagine Transformers.
Oh yeah, that's another one.
Yeah, Quid has that.
Really? Do they transform?
Transformers.
Yeah, they transform.
It's Universal Studios. It's Universal Studios. It's from the same group as Back to the Future, Jurassic Park. I mean, when you go to Universal Studios,
Fast and Furious.
Exactly. If you've been to Universal Studios, I've been there many times. You actually see they have the Harry Potter land. They have the Harry Potter land. They got Back to the Future. They got Jurassic Park. They got Fast and the Furious. They're all a part of that same theme park.
So they're about to make. Oh, so they're about to have a Jurassic. Oh, so they're about to have a Universal Studios within VeVeverse. That's crazy. So
yeah, Universal Studios is kind of like a license that embodies all these different licenses. So it's kind of like Terra Virtua with Paramount. I know VeVe has Universal.
I'm getting too hype right now.
We're still early, man. I think it's still early in the game. I mean, like today, it would have been unfathomable months ago, to see a Todd just sell out immediately, and now we had it happen with a Superman.
Yeah, dude. Man, I like a lot of people throw a lot of shade at Terra Virtua, but I think Terra Virtua is a good one to get in on the ground level and make some money. Like,
absolutely. Talk about the VFlex you got, man.
Yeah, bro. I got a VFlex. So VFlex is basically the avatars. It's the beta avatars that they got on Terra Virtua, and this is what you'll play as. And it's one of the first types of avatars coming out. And they did a collaboration with Hash Masks, and Hash Masks sell for hundreds of thousands of dollars. And Hash Masks is basically a mask that's a collaborative project with like a bunch of artists. Each mask is like randomly sort of generated by a bunch of artists, and VeVe did a collaboration. So you've got these Hash Masks, and they're limited to between like 10. Some of them have like only 10 and 5. The one I got, there's only 20. Sorry, there's only 20 of the one I got, and I've got number 5. And like, it's crazy, dude. And you can still buy these. They don't sell out straight away. They take like 2 weeks to sell out. But if you go back at the old collectibles that are sold out, they sell for a lot of money. And then they've also created Bloodlines, which is like a graphic novel which opens up into which will be able to open up into augmented reality. Currently it just opens up in the game engine, in Unreal Engine, but you open it up and the pages turn over and each page is interactive. Well, not interactive,
I really think
animated.
When Terra Virtua becomes an actual Oculus app, I really think you'll be able to pick up that Bloodlines comic and read it VR.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah, because like even with the Master Collectors program, since you mentioned about the magazines and the comics, what if that comes with it or something? You know what I mean? They might have like little bonuses that make some of these characters and models like worth even more than they are now.
Yeah, exactly. They got to do some Master Collectors. Yeah,
they definitely.
Go ahead, James.
So they definitely need to start doing some serious stuff with, not necessarily start, but like eventually do some serious stuff with Master Collector, because when we ask them questions, they sort of dance around it, like kind of like the same way a politician would. And I know that's because they don't want to let anything out and then have people get mad. They're like, why didn't you do this? But I just feel like, the cloaked items, that would have been a good opportunity to release these items, like the Slimer to everyone who had the Ghostbuster stuff, the Edo to everyone who had all of the collectibles for Ultraman and stuff like that. Because then when that collectible releases, everyone will be rushing to try and finish these sets, and it would increase the value of these collectibles, and it would really entice people to start collecting full collections.
Well, just think about Rizzo, man. How much would a Rizzo be selling for if you got some badass collectible for having all the black and white Batman series?
Yeah, and imagine how much Todd McFarlane would go up in value if it was
100%. It'd be $1,000 at least if it was a requirement for a master collector. OG collectors are getting impatient, man. Like me, I got 19 sets, and I'm sure there are guys that have even more sets. But they're getting impatient because they're like, dude, like I'm buying every set every week, and VeVe's not giving master collectors a reward for that.
It's gonna be worth it soon, but yeah, I am gonna have to head out.
Yeah, dude. Yeah, hey. Man, it was a great chat, man. I love your content, and I love your approach, and that's why I got you on, because we really wanted to hear what you had to say, bro.
Yeah, man. Yeah, anytime, man. Let me know. I love chatting with y'all. I'm learning so much, and I like all our different perspectives.